Hi Pisces, it is Adair Danielle with Chaos Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your October mid-month for 2018, okay? So these are the dates from the 15th to the 31st of October. Before we even begin, thank you so much, Pisces. You guys made it into the top 3 2 times in a row, so that is awesome. But again, I am not surprised because Pisces know what's up, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I tried to do a video before this and like the messages were all over the place. So I was just like, let me start. But when that happens, I always like to say, I think that some of us are in the midst of closing out a cycle, beginning a new one, and there's a lot of confusion. I literally had like cards like fly out, and like I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna start this over again. And in regards, some of you guys seem to be connecting with a Gemini or dealing with a Gemini energy. Geminis and Pisces have that same duality as far as like the yin and yang and the two twins for the Geminis. So I think that for the most part, a lot of us are in conflict with ourselves. I'm trying to make a decision in order to move forward. It's kind of what I got from the last reading, but it didn't make sense. So I'm starting over again, okay? So this is the second go round, but I just want to share that with you. If you do feel like you're like, oh, I'm very kind of topsy-turvy, upside down, I got it, okay? So we're going to hope to clarify, okay? All right, let's get into it. And there we go, right there. The Hangman. The Hangman. And that was at the bottom of the deck. It's been at the bottom of the deck, and that is the card of Pisces. And again, it's hanging there. Right? It's not moving. It's not making a decision. It's trying to take everything in before you move forward. So I think that a lot of us are experiencing that, okay? So I'm sorry. I'm just like trying to get it out. The last reading was just so all over the place. I was like, wow. I don't know what's happening. And so I'm like, maybe some Pisces don't know what's happening either, okay? All right. Oops. And is that the Seven of Cups? Boom. Again, it flipped. The Seven of Cups, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way's up, which way's down. The Seven of Cups is like disillusionment. It's just like, you don't know if you're looking at, a really handsome, man, or if you're looking at a snake. What's under here? Are we looking at a tower? Or are we looking at a demon? It's a really confusing time and not really knowing how to move forward or know what to make a decision. So you're just kind of like lost, dazed, and confused, okay? So this popped out. So I'm definitely not surprised. Alright. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, October 15th to the 31st, 2018. Pisces. See, it's still kind of happening, not to the extent, the Queen of Wands, again, yeah, okay. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay. Did not realize my hair was looking so crazy yet. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck we have the Emperor. At the heart of the boom. I was gonna say that. I should have said it. Because I was just like, when I was talking about the confusion, I was just like, it feels like a tower moment. Like something, like there was sudden change, okay? And not really knowing how to deal with that. Page of Cups. Okay. The King of Pentacles is the present energy. We move into the Five of Wands as the most likely outcome. And then the Fool as a card of advice. Okay, see? Alright. And then at the bottom of the deck here, again, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, a lot of, being up at night. Alright, so with the Emperor card being the underlying energy, this has to deal with maybe a boss. This could deal with work. This could deal with your father, okay? But you're basically dealing with an energy that is very domineering, can be kind of tyrannical, okay? Somebody who's very bossy, arrogant, doesn't listen to anybody's opinion but their own, okay? Is really what I'm getting. This could be your energy. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. Could be dealing with the Aries, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? With that card. Again, with the Taurus being the heart of, with the Tower being the heart of this reading, this is sudden change. This is upheaval. This would cause that Seven of Cups confusion, and this would cause a lot of just disarray because you're not necessarily sure on where to pick up the pieces. It seems like everything just kind of shattered. This could deal with work. Maybe you got into it with your boss, or I'm sensing like that, or with your family life for some of you, where there was just like an abrupt change. But the cool thing about the Tower and the cool thing about energies that be was like, even if it would happen and it was out of your control, it's divine, okay? So whatever was taken from you abruptly, it was not meant to be there anymore. And when I see the Tower, this is like the universe tried to tell you, leave, move, go away. And then you were like, kind of in that hangman position. And then they said, you know what? I'm just going to do it for you. Yeet, and kind of yanked it away. It's kind of what I'm sensing with this. Because right in that present, after this Tower moment, we have the Page of Cups, okay? This is our card also. Could be dealing with a Cancer or Scorpio also, too. But with the Page of Cups, this is the beginning. This is the starting of something. This is this little fish, okay? This little fish in this little boy's cups, okay? This is a very new kind of creative endeavor. This is a new journey. Something that I think you might have been even forced into. So it's still immature. It's very immature. And if you're dealing with another person, this could be an immature person because they're so bossy and because they don't listen. You see that as immaturity if that has to deal with that. If this has to deal with you, you are embarking on a new creative type of journey or love or like emotional, okay? Because the cups has to do with emotions, right? Then in the, sorry, I keep messing with my hair. Okay, then in the present, we have the King of Pentacles. For some reason, I'm just really getting a kind of stubborn, know-it-all disposition. This could be you, though. And this could deal with your home, finances, money. Excuse me, but I'm just seeing like a real, it's here. A conflict of interest. Two very strong-willed people are wanting the same things. And for some of you Pisces, most of the time I think that you kind of swallow your pride. You don't even like talk about it. You don't even try to force your opinions on other people. But for whatever reason, you have decided, it has been put on your heart to actually fight for what you want. You're not going to be a doormat. It's basically what I'm seeing. It's like, you're not a doormat this time. People aren't going to boss you around. And this is different. This is different for you. You're normally the type to go with the flow. It seems like right now you're trying to create your own currents. And some people are not jiving with that. And because it's new, you might even have trouble. Because of this page here, you might have trouble articulating that, communicating that to other people. They might not be understanding. But it just seems like you're really fighting with this five of wands here. This is also instability. So there's just a lot of instability happening right now. But it will work out because you have faith. The advice is the Fool. To really just kind of take that leap. Understand that like everything is moving for a greater cause. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of change. And if you are the change, if you yourself have changed, if you feel like I will not be pushed around anymore, I'm going to stand up for myself. I know what the hell I'm talking about. You're not going to boss me around. I'm the emperor. I own this piece. Then that's fine. That is the energy that it's asking you to tap into right now, okay? Why is the Tower card here? The Devil could be dealing with a Capricorn. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, some people. But this is materialism. This is toxic relationships. This is a relationship. Again, I really feel like you were dealing with somebody who didn't hear you. And by relationship, I don't always mean romantic, okay? If it is romantic, that's fine. But a relationship can be a relationship with your mother, can be a relationship with your friend, can be a relationship with your dog. But it seems like you were dealing with somebody who was holding you back, a very toxic type energy. You felt chained to something. And now the Tower has crushed it, has ruined it. You're now free falling. Either you jumped out the window or it just blew up and you had no choice but to jump out the window, okay? And start on a new journey. Move on from this. Move on from this toxicity that seemed to be taking over you. And for some of you, this is a definite, like, a man of some power, some stature, somebody who, a boss, again, a father, I can't express that enough, but somebody who probably has more power than you, maybe even financially just has more power than you, but they're very immature, is what I'm seeing. But they like to tote that, like, oh, I am this and I have that, but they really are not, emotionally they can't back it up. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you've tried to point that out to them and they're just not hearing it. Maybe that's why this Five of Wands is coming in with the back and forth. But I just see you really standing up for yourselves. And if you are embarking on a new journey, then you're moving, because in the reading that I did before this that I did not keep, the heart of it was the Magician. And I said, you're on a new journey and you have the tools that you need. Even though the Magician isn't here, you know, you have the tools that you need. And with the Emperor being this underlying energy, if this isn't in fact you, when you're dealing with a man, this is external. So you're externally expressing your power. You're externally expressing your know-how, okay? Yeah. The Seven of Pentacles popped out. So this is patience for the Five of Wands. So this is something that I'm imagining that has taken some time to get to this point. This has been something that's been a slow brewing type conflict. And it's been something that, but now it's coming to a head, okay? Again, like I said, some of y'all held on, and I like this. I Pisces to Pisces. I understand this is not, I do not judge here. This is not a place of judgment, only a place of observation. We hold on until the wheels fall off when it is unnecessary. And sometimes we have to be moved by external forces in order for us to get in line. A lot of us just hang in there. That's why our card is the Hanged Man, because we just hang in there for dear life without making any type of motion until somebody finally just cuts down the tree. And then we're like, oh, well, I guess I could do something, and that's what caused us to move. I just feel like this conflict that's been happening, you've been chilling in a tree. Just waiting, and now finally they got to you, and now you're like, alright, look, I'm not having this. I'm leaving. I'm exiting. In the cloak of the night, I'm leaving. I'm just exiting the situation. This does not serve me anymore. And I keep seeing the King of Wands. Some of us are going to be connecting with a Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, because I've been seeing the King of Wands even in my own personal reading. But I think that this is a positive. This is positive, okay? But some of us are going to be connecting with the Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. I'm getting a strong Aries. For me in particular, Aries energy, there's going to be like a shift of someone who's going to teach you to kind of be like, look, here's how you stand up for yourself. Here's how you defend yourself. Because the one thing that I always say about water signs, and the one thing that I truly admire about fire signs, is they move, they act. And it's just like, not that I recommend this at all, but like this is an example. It's just like, if you have an Aries friend, right, and their man cheats on them, or their woman cheats on them, or what have you, an Aries friend is actually going to go slash those tires. A Pisces is just going to think about it. The Aries is just like, well, by the time you talk to them about it, it's done. It's done. There's no reasoning with them. And not that I think that violence is the answer. You need to slash people's tires if you've been done dirty. I'm just saying that energy to actually act, to actually take something and be like, you know what? I feel a certain way. Let me do something with this energy instead of swimming in it and wallowing in it. That is admirable, okay? To channel it into good things. It could be art. You're right. It's like you could take that instead of slashing somebody's tire. You could take that and write a story, write a book, make a play, write a song. You're a Pisces. You are creative. Do a painting, do a drawing, anything. It could be small. It could be big. It could be something. Just put those feelings to paper, okay? Instead of just wallowing in it. It's kind of how I feel. And again, we have the Page of Pentacles at the end. So that's two pages. This is two beginnings. They carry the same type of energy as the Ace. It's just like, so if you do something creative, it might have some financial return. and you'll be victorious in doing so, okay? You'll come back with the Six of Wands. People are going to be paying attention to you. People will see you. This is after illness, after battle, after wartime, coming back, claiming what's yours. People are looking at you. Everybody noticed me. What? You know, I can't even roll in peace. This guy is kind of how I feel. Like, he can't. Everybody notices him. Everybody wonders what he's doing, you know? And that's a cool energy. If you put your best foot forward, you're going to be rolling on a high horse. You are that high horse. You understand what I'm saying, Pisces? So yeah, just a sudden shift of energies is kind of what I'm seeing. And breaking from old ties and old habits with that devil card being here. That's just, you just don't need it. You really don't need it. And before I even shuffle, I just want to note, Mars is here. This is action, okay? Pisces. Pisces. Okay. And Pisces. Right, and at the bottom, fire. That's what I'm saying. It's just, it's movement. This is burning. Look at all the lightning. Look at all the fire in here. It's just like, it's really causing you to act. It's really, really causing you to act. So this is passion. Again, I always say when I see these cards pop up, phone that fire friend. Phone that Pisces friend that you have. We all have that one. You know, phone that Aries. Phone that Sagittarius. Phone that, Leo. Tap into that energy. That's what I mean by phone. Somebody was just like, don't send people to the wrong people when you say that. What I'm saying is just like, find that fiery, feisty friend that you have, the one where you're like, ooh, girl, you crazy, okay? I'm not sending you that person. If this person has stabbed you in the back, then obviously don't talk to them. You know, I just have to clarify because I got a note on that. So, anyways, Gemini, what did I tell you? Some of you are connecting with Gemini. I mentioned this at the beginning. This energy, that's what I was feeling. It's just like all over the place. There's a battle for yin and yang. There's a battle for a decision. It seems like you're stuck because you don't know which way to go. But Geminis communicate. Communication is key for them. They're witty, they're funny, they're smart. So tap into that Gemini energy too. Actually communicate and articulate your feelings. Like, again, if you have to fight for what you believe in, if you have to fight for yourself, if you're here, then your word is just as valuable as the other person. Okay? You're not wrong just because they told you you are. You understand what I'm saying? That makes sense? Mercury, again, this is communication. So I'm sensing that this conflict really is like more a battle of words and opinions. But you don't have to bow down to anyone. Release it. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone either, Pisces. It's just kind of like, not when that might sound like it contradicted each other, but that's not what I'm trying to say. When I say you don't have to explain yourself to anyone, if you have a tower moment and you cut ties with somebody and you're just like, look, you're a toxic person, I don't want to be in that energy anymore, I need something else for myself, I'm moving on, that's enough of an explanation. So like, well, why? That is enough of an explanation. That is what I mean, Pisces, okay? You don't have to stick with somebody just because they're telling you that they want you to. Take that leap, okay? Let's see what this is. Dreams. We all know Pisces have a lot of those. Continue to dream, but let's see if we can get a actual card. But because I saw that, I'll say, I know that a lot of us, particularly if you're a Pisces moon, okay? Pisces moon have very, very vivid dreams. So if you're having like a recurring dream or a dream that is telling you something, write it down and listen to it and meditate on it, because it really truly might be telling you about something in your waking life, all right? Since I saw that. So that's for some of us, particularly Pisces moons, okay? I love it when I just toss cards. Ooh, 3. All right. Okay, well, dreams popped out. Okay, they were like, excuse me, you're not just going to put me back in the deck. So really pay attention to those dreams that you're having, Pisces. So that's even bigger and expansive. And continue to dream, continue to hope, continue to aspire towards something greater than yourself. It is really, really what I'm seeing with this card here. It's just like, even though it seems like you're kind of in this dark place with these two cards, look at all this black, continue to see a better time for yourself, a better light for yourself. Through the conflict that is the Five of Wands, keep pushing forward and take that leap of faith. Especially if you're dealing with a tyrannical character, don't let that stop you for being you. We are the dreamers. That is what we're known for. We dream, we daydream, we get lost in ourselves. That's not inherently bad. You just have to put that into something. Again, I'm seeing a creative endeavor. I'm seeing just act on it. Dream it and then act on it. Okay? And then we have grace here. God's grace. Mercy. Right? This beautiful dove. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And we're in Libra season, which exalts, which is ruled by Venus, and it just really brings out a very beautiful kind of karmic balanced energy that you can definitely walk in. So I just recommend, I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't know. I might pull another. I'm going to pull some more. I'm sorry. I just like... Yeah. Look, okay. We have this Gemini. I recommend, I'm not trying to like forge, but I recommend watching the Gemini video just because the Lovers is a card of Gemini too. Again, this is closing out a cycle with here, and then this is wish fulfillment. So this is truly continue to dream, especially if this has to do particularly with your love life. If you're leaving a toxic relationship, if you're leaving one toxic relationship, it seems like you'll be walking into another positive relationship. You're closing out a cycle and working on a new one. I'm sorry, this is another spread for somebody. Something told me to pull 3 more cards. It's just like, some of you are really dealing with that Gemini type energy. So if you have time, go ahead and watch the Gemini reading. They had a really good reading. They had a great first reading. And so it's a very positive type thing. But it has to deal with walking away. So it has to deal with walking away and leaving things behind. I think that you're past the point of walking away. Personally, with this Tower card here, I think that the universe is taking it away and expecting you to move accordingly. But I hope that this wasn't too all over the place. But like I said, the energies are like all over the place. I feel like there was a lot going on. There were a lot of people that needed to hear this specific message. So if it was too all over the place for you, I apologize. But just know that this was better than the first video that had literally like about 6 to 10 cards just fly out when I was in the middle of it. So some people that these energies are going to watch, it just has to deal with a lot of things that are happening because of this Tower moment that's happening. But if you release that toxic energy, just to sum it up, if you release that toxic energy and you let the universe do it, and you let it move you in a direction that you're supposed to go, you will be at the start of something new, High School Musical style. You will be embarking. Take that leap of faith. This is something that could stimulate you creatively. This is something that could stimulate you financially. Remember to continue to dream. Pay close attention to your dreams. And you have God's grace on your side, okay? So even if it's very difficult right now, there is very positive energy that is working towards you. You just have to get through it. Do you understand what I'm saying, Pisces? So, if you're in conflict with a very strong personality and they feel like they're kind of like knocking you down and kind of beating you and berating you, stand up for yourself, defend yourself. You're not a punk, okay? If you have to phone a friend, I recommend a fire sign. All right. Okay. So, I hope that this resonated with as many people as it could resonate with. If it didn't, I apologize. But I will be seeing you guys in your weeklies for love very, very shortly. So just hang in there. And again, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Just continue to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be talking to you soon. All right. Bye, Pisces.